Aja. I am a baby wearing educator with Lila Baby, and I am so excited because today we are bringing you our very first YouTube Live educational series, and I'm honored to be one of the first. So today we are going to be going over how to wear your newborn baby wearing. Now, this is not just for Lila Baby customers, this is for everyone. So if you know someone who could benefit from baby wearing support, some education, then let them know about this series. We'll be going live every second Thursday of the month from now until the end of the year. So bring your questions. If you have questions during this, please go ahead and drop them in the chat box. I am new to YouTube Live, so I'll be learning along with you. Again, my name is Aja. I am a trained baby wearing educator, and I am so excited, you guys. So as you can see, I don't have a real snuggly baby, but I have my newborn size doll. So I'm going to walk you through some of the steps. I might have to get up a little bit higher. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm also kind of toying around with the new microphone that's hidden in my shirt. So if you have any problems, let me know. Let me see what some of these settings are. Welcome. If you are joining us live, please go ahead and introduce yourselves. Say hi to your girl. I'm so excited. Let's see. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't see. Okay, go away. All right. So again, any questions, any comments, drop them in the chat box. I'll just keep checking it if they don't pop up on my screen. All right, so right here, as I said, I have my newborn doll. I am a mother of two. I baby wore religiously with my second born, my daughter. She is now 5 years old. So I started when she was about 3 weeks old. And now here we are. She's 5, and I'm still doing some of that big kid baby wearing when we go out on hikes and those little legs get tired. You know, mama is always going to have a carrier with her. So I am a huge advocate for baby wearing. All of the benefits that baby wearing offers, major benefits for both baby and mom, or baby and caregiver. For new moms, baby wearing really helps to decrease that chance of postpartum depression. Why? Because it boosts the levels of oxytocin, all right, also known as the happy hormone. So we can never have too much happiness. Baby is happy. They are close to us. They are being tended to. They're sleeping. They're feeding. Once you get comfortable, yes, you can feed. I have a few questions. Where exactly should the little baby complete sit on the hips? Hi, Samantha Woods. Thank you so much for joining. I love it. You jumped right in there. So the little baby carrier, that waistband, and I think you're referring to our complete carrier, which I have one of those here. That waistband is designed to sit between your natural waist and your hips. So general rule of thumb is the smaller the baby is, the higher your waistband is going to go on your body. As baby gets longer, you can move that down, and I will walk you through that because I am going to demo wearing with this carrier as well. Right now, I have the Dragonfly Wrap on. I already am nice and cozy in here. Baby is actually in the fetal position. So with most stretchy wraps, you have different carrying positions. You can wear babies in that fetal carry. Fetal carry is froggy style, okay? That's when the legs are in. And you can also wear them in a what we call infant hold, okay? So that means the legs are out. The fetal carry is great. One of the questions that I get a lot are, you know, what position should I be wearing my newborn? So you have options, and you really will know dependent on your baby. No two babies are the same. My daughter personally did not like to be confined in fetal carry, so we started wearing her immediately with her legs out. Some babies do like to be worn with their legs in. They want to just continue to mimic being in that womb, which they were housed in for almost 10 months, right? So it's really up to your baby. I say try both. You'll see what works best for you. I will say it's really hot right now where I am. So the fetal carry is definitely going to be a little bit warmer. I think that, you know, maybe in the winter months, if you have a small baby, you can toy around with the fetal carry a little bit much more. If you are in a very warm climate, maybe try those legs out and see how that goes for you. Again, try it and see. All right. So some more benefits. It helps to boost milk production. We are in National Breastfeeding Month. We are celebrating it very big over at Lil Baby. If you are not a part of our Lil Baby Love Group community on Facebook, please go ahead and join. We have giveaways. We are giving tons of education. We're actually going to have a lactation consultant here on our YouTube Live at the end of the month. So please stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel, turn on your notifications, and you will get all of the updates, all of the info, okay? So I'm gonna do, again, how should I support my newborn's head in a wrap? All right, so you can support, so what's great about the wrap, so this is the Dragonfly Wrap, which is our version of the stretchy wrap. So you will see stretchy wraps from a ton of different manufacturers. They're all great, okay? I personally prefer this one. It's very easy to use. But the stretchy wrap, you can kind of mold it to you and your baby's body. I like to go a little bit tighter with the wrap, and you can always loosen it. But because this is like a flexible, kind of soft, stretchy wrap, if I need to support my baby's head, I can gently bring them back and bring that wrap right there over the head, all right? Another question that I see a lot in our community is, when can I start wearing my baby? And my answer is always as soon as possible. Like, take this wrap, pack it in your hospital bag, all right, and take it with you to the hospital, because you can start right away. This is also a really great tool for bonding, for the non-birthing parent to bond with the little one, all right? So pack it in the diaper bag. A wrap takes up such little space. So take a diaper bag, hospital bag, and you can start wearing that baby right away. If you have a preemie baby, of course, then you will want to get approval from your care team and possibly work with a baby wearing consultant to help you get the ideal fit. All right, let me see. Okay, if there was another, I think I missed a question. So again, I'm new. I'm learning with you guys. All right, this is education for Aja as well. So if you have oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. Is a wrap a good option if I have a C-section? Will it be okay with my incision? Wow, that is a really great question, Melinda Jensen. Thank you so much. So yes, a soft wrap is actually a really great option. For those who have C-sections, that incision site is very tender. Many times you're actually told not to lift or to wear for quite some time after a few weeks, 4 to 6 weeks or so after having that. But once you are cleared to baby wear after having a C-section, yes, the wrap is a really great option because it's soft. You're able to get your baby up higher. This is the bottom of my wrap, right? Okay, and see, it's actually above my belly button here. Now with a soft structured carrier, most soft structured carriers right here, I have the Lil Baby Complete carrier. It has this wide waistband, which can still work possibly maybe for short periods of time, but that waistband might be a little invasive on that area. So I would say yes, absolutely. For any parent who's had a C-section, you might want to look into a stretchy wrap, all right? So I'm going to actually demo how to use this wrap, and I'll show you the 2 different ways. So as you can see, those legs are in, okay? This is a really, really warm position. So again, taking into account the climate that you're in. If you're in a warmer climate and you're going to be wearing baby outside, you might want to have their legs out. Okay, so I told you the stretchy wrap. There are tons of great options out there. What I really love about this particular wrap is not only is it gorgeous and super soft, but it comes out of the box already pre-tied. All right, so your traditional stretchy wrap is like that long piece of fabric, right? It's great, but sometimes it can feel like origami trying to get in that, right? So Little Baby has made this really, really simple. So first of all, this is the back, okay? So this is called the Dragonfly Wrap, right? For obvious reasons. This is lightly padded, so you are getting a little of extra support on your back. As you can see, it's already pre-threaded through these two channels, okay? So basically what that means is you're going to, I'm actually gonna loosen it a little bit more. Keep those questions coming. Thank you so much for joining. Just say hi, introduce yourself. We're starting off a brand new series and I'm really happy that you guys are joining me. All right, so I'm gonna just slip this over my head like a t-shirt. I can kind of, wow, that would be so much easier than my other brand stretchy wrap. It's amazing, Samantha. All right, so I can decide where I want that panel to hit on my back. So now I'm going to take the two tails of my wrap and just kind of make sure, first of all, that my wrap hasn't twisted over, right? So I'm gonna pull out. And now I'm going to wrap across the front and tie in a knot in the back. Now, my tip for wrapping, especially newborns or small infants, always start your wrap off a little bit tighter than you think that you're going to need. Oops, my microphone is in there. All right, so always start your wrap off a little bit tighter. I can tell you most people wear their wraps too loose, okay? So we wanna make sure that baby is nice and snug, that they're gonna be able to hold that position that we put them in, that ideal position, all right? And it just helps when you have a tighter carrier, it helps to support your back as well. All right, so now I've got the foundation for my wrap. This is my inner piece, which I always start with. This is my outer piece. So your inner piece is the piece that is closest to you. I'm gonna grab, this is Antonio Bruno, all right? All right, so again, starting with that inner piece. So we're gonna wear him with his legs in. So imagine a newborn baby. You pick a newborn baby up, they've been holding the same position for 9 to 10 months, right? When you pick them up, their little knees are gonna come up, they're like in a little ball, right? So we want to protect and support that exact same position while wearing them in the carrier. Whichever kind of carrier you have, whether it's a stretchy wrap, a ring sling, a soft structure carrier, always protecting and supporting baby's natural positioning. Now, this is a doll. His knees won't stay up, so don't think I'm just like stuff your kid in there. But obviously for the sake of the tutorial, I need to be able to show you. All right, so this actually, because I'm going to wear him with his legs in. Candace, what is the weight limit to wear a baby? All right, so the Dragonfly Wrap is for babies 8 through 30 pounds. And the next carrier that I will demo is 7 through 45 pounds. Okay, so how long can a newborn stay in a carrier? A newborn can stay in a carrier as long as they're comfortable, you're comfortable. Maybe you need to take them out to change their diaper or lay them down to sleep, which we call a transfer when you're taking them from the carrier to their sleeping surface. So there's no time limit. It's really up to you, all right? I do suggest taking breaks if it's warm out. Take baby out for a little bit, let them get some air, let you get some air, but it's really up to you. All right, so we're gonna create that pocket for baby's foot and just kind of bring it under. That's my shirt. All right, bring it under that foot there. Again, I'm sorry, he doesn't have joints, he doesn't have reflexes, so I'm kind of having to stuff him in there. All right, move your little arm up there. All right, and we're gonna do the same on the other side. Again, whatever your wrap is, you're just kind of creating that pocket under the foot to keep that nice little M shape. What is the M shape? You're gonna hear that a lot in baby wearing. The M shape is when the knees, which his knees are right here, are either at the same height or higher than the bum. Okay, so we want to make sure that that natural positioning is supported, and that is in the M shape. Okay, so he is in that M shape right here. Now, every stretchy wrap has 3 passes. That's with your traditional wrap. With the long piece, you're going to, pull the 2 passes over as I just did, and then you'll bring that 3rd pass over the back. All right. So the little baby dragonfly wrap, this is your 3rd piece. I've heard other educators call it a seatbelt, right? So we're going to place that logo right there on the center of the back, wrap under those little feet, under the little bum, and I like to tie in the front. Now, whether you tie your knot in the front or the back, it's up to you. As long as it's tied in a secure knot, it doesn't matter if you're doing the front or the back, okay? But because I did tie in the back, I like to tie this one in the front. All right, so this is your fetal carry position. If I want to support his head, I can bring that wrap over and he's nice and snuggly, okay? You can start doing this in the hospital, literally in the hospital. As long as your baby is within the weight range of the stretchy wrap that you own, you can start right away. I actually suggest starting right away because of some of the benefits that I mentioned in the beginning. All right, so can you baby wear in the winter if they have a jacket, gloves on, etc.? Will that be hot, too hot? So that's a really great question. We always want to be mindful of baby's temperature. All right. So really, really great question, actually. The baby wrap is considered 1 layer. All right. So your baby should be dressed similar to you. You don't want to overheat babies, especially if they're in a carrier. They already have 1 extra layer. So I would say to dress them as you're dressed yourself, and then count this as an extra layer. Now, if you're outside and baby needs a hat, that's completely fine. If baby needs gloves, it's completely fine. Where I live, it's not too terribly hot, but I know in Canada, it gets really cold. In Europe, in different parts of the country, it just gets really, really cold. So always dress accordingly, but don't overheat them. Be mindful of baby's temperature. Take checks. Make sure you're both staying hydrated, whether in heat or cold weather. All right, so now I'm going to demo baby with their legs out. I can keep the carrier in the same, or the wrap in the same position. All right, so you already saw me put it on over my head. Now I'm just simply going to bring my baby to my chest and start again with that inner wrap. So the one that's closest to your body. Now I'm going to position that fabric right under the crook of the knee and do the same before I spread it out. This is how I like to teach, okay? So again, now the fabric, it's like a hammock under both sides of baby's knees. All right, so now I'm going to fan the fabric across the back. I want, again, that fabric to rest right in the crook of the knee, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side. This is really important because we want to make sure that baby is supported from knee to knee. No matter what carrier you own, whatever style, there are a lot of different styles. I know it can be intimidating, but the best style is the style that works for you, all right? So whichever it is, you want to make sure that your baby is supported from knee to knee, especially as they are younger, and we want to support that natural positioning, protect their hips, their hip development. Baby wearing can be really great for hip development when you have a nice and supportive carrier. All right, so now baby's legs are out, and I'm going to, again, just grab my seat belt or my second piece and put that on the back. This time I'm going under the baby's legs and tying in a knot. Yes, you have to use the second piece, so do not lose it, okay? I don't want to see anyone just walking around in any kind of stretchy wrap with their baby just in the 2 passes. Again, every stretchy wrap has 3 passes, and there's my baby with his legs out. Now, what are some safety checks that we look for when baby is in a wrap or when baby is in any kind of carrier? We want to make sure that that C curve is there, all right? So again, while they were in the womb, obviously babies are in that fetal position. They're curled up in a little ball. Your baby, for the first year, you're going to see the different phases as they start to straighten out. In the beginning, it will be a little ball. So while we want our carrier tight, we don't want to overly tighten it where it is smashing baby against us, okay? We want to make sure that those hips are nice and protected. So again, that M position, making sure that the knees come at least to the same level or higher than the baby's bum. All right, so it should look like an M. We want to make sure that baby's chest is off of the airway. So bringing baby's head back. All right, just making sure that their head is not resting on that chest, which is obviously not something we want. You want to watch that in a car seat, in a lounger, in a baby carrier. Okay, just make sure that that airway is unobstructed. We want to make sure that our baby is close enough to kiss. Okay, why? What does close enough to kiss mean? Close enough to kiss means that they're not down too low where you have to strain to get to the top of the head. They're just right here. Uh-oh. Okay. I wish I could see. I saw Samantha ask a question. Let's see. Oh. How should the feet be if they are in fetal position? I worry about hurting his feet. So the feet, so really the bum. Okay, so the feet come up, so there shouldn't be too much pressure in a stretchy wrap. Now, if you have a soft structured carrier, I'm going to show you what the fetal carry looks like in that. But in a stretchy wrap, they naturally draw their knees up. So the wrap is supporting, yes, it's supporting the feet, but most of the weight is on that little bum. That's why you just want to make sure that your carrier is tight enough. And when you're placing them on your body, you know, you're just making sure that their little feet are up and the bum takes most of the weight. Okay, so no, you're not hurting it. But if you are really concerned about it, then I would say try the feet out. I lost where I was, but this is baby with their feet out, close enough to kiss, safety checks. If you ever have any questions or if you feel like you're just not getting this right, I do suggest reaching out to a Babywearing consultant. You can find one through different Babywearing chapters in your area. Lila Baby, we have a great free fit checks for our customers. All right, so if you email fitcheck@customerservice.com, actually it's customer service at lilababy.com, then we will be able to help you one-on-one with a free fit check. Again, as I mentioned, our Facebook community is incredible, and it's a very supportive community. We have tons of parents, almost 50,000 parents in there. We've got incredible brand ambassadors who are just supportive and great with fit tips as well. All right, so how do you get your baby out of this wrap? So I'm going to just take that piece down. All right, now I'm absolutely keeping my hand on the baby because I'm holding the baby now and not my carrier. All right, so now I'm just gonna do that. If you need to change them, if you want to nurse them, you can do that. You can keep the wrap still on if you want. But of course, the Dragonfly Wrap, as I showed you, is so easy to put on. Okay, so just undoing all of that. Thank you so much again for joining. If you are not a part of, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. How do you know which type of baby carrier wrap to purchase? So do your research, go look at the reviews, ask questions, go to some of those Babywearing Facebook groups, and see which one works for you. You won't know until you get it. Once you get it, try it out. Be patient with yourself. There is a learning curve to baby wearing, to getting that really, that's finding that sweet spot. But once you do, it's a game changer and your life will never be the same. All right, your baby wearing journey. So it's really up to you. I normally suggest to new parents to start off with a stretchy wrap or a ring sling. Those are really great for small newborn babies, soft material, and just nice and snuggly, lightweight. Then there are others like myself who actually will go straight into the soft structured carrier. So my daughter was 3 to 4 weeks when we put her in this carrier right here for the first time, and we never turned back. All right, we did explore with ring slings. We did explore with a couple of other options, but this was our go-to. A lot of people are intimidated by soft structured carriers at first because there's so many straps, there's buckles, there's snaps. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to make your life a little bit easier and support you, okay? And let you know that you're not alone. So again, we're going to be doing this every month, every second Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if you know anyone who will benefit from it, go ahead and tell them to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications. We will have different guest educators just sharing really valuable tips, okay? And this is for everyone, not just for our little baby community. This is for all the baby wearing parents out there. Okay, so this is a soft structured carrier. So a fully structured carrier would be like the hiking carriers that you see, the Ospreys and some of the bigger ones. So this is a soft structured carrier. So this is like a hybrid in between some of the other softer carriers and then those fully structured carriers. I love it because this one is fully adjustable. It's for babies 7 through 45 pounds. It's machine washable. Just drop it in the machine in cold water on the gentle cycle and air dry it, and there you go. It's like new. All right, this is the all seasons. This is the all seasons design, and I'll show you what that is. I love this design too, Candace. Thank you. This is called Salt and Pepper. All right, give you a close up of that. Again, 7 through 45 pounds. How often should you wash it? I say if you're sweating a lot, like I do, like when I was taking this out and hiking, I mean, I was probably washing it once a week. So it's really up to you, your lifestyle, if baby spits up on it or has a blowout, which happens. When it happens, don't freak out. Just wash your carrier. All right, so let's go ahead and show you. So I'm going to demo wearing the newborn in the fetal carry the same way I just did with the stretchy wrap. I'm going to demo in the complete carrier. All right, so the complete carrier, this is the waistband. Most soft structured carriers, you are definitely going to start with the waistband. I believe Samantha asked earlier, where should the waistband sit? So because I am wearing a newborn, I'm going to start with my waistband up a little bit higher. The other thing, which is such a gem on this carrier, is the lumbar support. All right, I don't really need to even explain like the lumbar. If you have any back issues or you're wearing for a long time, or maybe you have had a C-section and that C-section, it really affects your back as well. The lumbar is a lifesaver. Okay, so I am going through my safety elastic, doing my buckle. Make sure you use your safety elastics on your carriers, guys. All right, so the waistband is designed to be worn between your natural waist and your hips. Again, this baby is smaller, so I'm starting with my waistband a little bit higher. Once the baby gets longer, once you get into toddler wearing, you can definitely shift that waistband down towards your hips. All right, but I always, because we want, again, baby to be close enough to kiss, right? We want to make sure we bring that waistband up to do so. Now, I don't have to bring this waistband super high because baby will be sitting on an infant pillow, which is here. So to fetal carry in the little baby carrier, we suggest, recommend, require that baby sits on an infant pillow. If you don't have an infant pillow, don't worry. You can use a thick receiving blanket and roll that. But this is available. This is a separate purchase on littlebaby.com. It's like 11 bucks. And this is required in fetal carry. Fetal carry. Now, the other thing about this carrier, and I don't know about a lot of other carriers, but this has a transitional seat. So when you pull the Little Baby Complete carrier out of the box, it's in wide seat. This is currently in wide seat. In order to wear a newborn in that fetal carry, your carrier will remain in wide seat and you will use an infant pillow. How long do you recommend the pillow to be used? Okay, great question, Samantha. So this pillow is only being used while you're doing the fetal carry. If you're wearing your newborn with their legs out right from the jump, you do not need this. So this is only if you use the fetal carry. We don't suggest you do fetal carry for more than, 10 weeks. Most babies at that point, they're definitely stretching out. Okay, so I wouldn't suggest going longer than that. But if you plan, and I'm going to show you how to wear a baby with their legs out. If you plan to wear your baby with their legs out, you don't need this. All right, so this is only if you're doing that fetal carry. So I have my waistband on, it's secure. I'm going to tuck my tab in there. All right, so this is that seat. Samantha, you were asking earlier, you know, about protecting your baby's feet. This is a little cushion because we have a waistband here, a padded supportive waistband. We don't want baby's feet to get any of the pressure. So we are using this. And again, if you just don't have this, you know, then you can also use that receiving blanket. All right, so I'm gonna sit that little bum there. The feet are now on the side of that. There is no weight, there's no pressure on those two little feet. That's what we want. But those knees are either at that same height or higher than the bum. Okay, this is what we want the baby to look like in any carrier that we have. Any style carrier, we want their knees to look like this. All right, so this is that natural position. So now we're going to bring the panel of the carrier up. Always keeping a hand on your baby until your carrier is completely secure. Okay, this is a good spot for the top of the panel to come to on baby. We want it to be no higher than the middle of their ear or any lower than their armpit level. But for a small baby, we definitely around the shoulder area, around the neck is perfect. Okay, so now I need to fasten my chest clip, which it sounds weird, right? Chest clip and it's on your back. But we have to go ahead and fasten this. Always listen for that click. All right. As I mentioned earlier, first of all, baby is in, nice and secure. Okay, my straps are pretty much tightened, so baby is there. If I let go, nothing's going to happen. The complete carrier has two-way adjustable shoulder straps, adjusters. So there are two. There's one here on the back, and there's one here that's closest to baby, and the same on this side. Depending on what your goal is, like right now, I feel like I can tighten these. Okay, so I'm pulling down on. Thank you so much, Caitlin. This is our salt and pepper carrier. This is such a fun print. It's actually a really popular seller with our little baby customers. Okay, now if my baby feels like they're a little pinned, a little tight to me, I'm not happy. I don't see that that C curve is supported. Maybe I then adjust these a little bit to loosen. Okay. Play around with your straps. If you ever feel any pressure on your shoulders, on your neck, any pain in your lower back, all of these straps are adjustable again, and sometimes the smallest tweak can be such a game changer. All right, so go ahead, play around with the straps. These are two-way adjustable straps. So I just loosen this a little bit, which gives the panel a little bit more give, and then I can maybe pull these down so that those shoulder straps feel nice and tight on me. Okay, so this baby is in fetal carry in a soft structured carrier. If you and your partner are sharing this carrier, is it easy to change the sizing of the straps? That's what's such a game changer about these straps. Yes. So I am 5'8", my husband is 6'2", and the same carrier went back and forth between the two of us. I know really, really petite moms who have partners who are much taller. And yes, the adjustability of the straps, of the waistband, it is such a huge benefit for your baby wearing experience. This carrier is size inclusive, so it is for parents 0 through a size 22. If you do need an additional length on the waistband, we sell a waistband extender on the Little Baby website, which gives an additional 9 inches. What should I do with the head support for a newborn? I need to put it up. Yes, so another great feature of this carrier is that it has this headrest. All right, so let's go through some of these features. So if you can see, there's 2 buckles. They also can hide away if you want a very sleek look, right? But then when you want to use the headrest, you just pop those out and you can give your baby more support. Instinctually, you will always have your hand on your baby's head, especially as they're smaller, on their body somewhere. But if you are, let's say, tending to other children, working, doing chores around the house, and you need both of your hands, your baby is on you, you can go ahead and snap up one or both sides. I mentioned that this is a all seasons carrier, and so why we call it all seasons, because it is perfect for all the seasons. All right, so we have the zip down panel here. All right, so if you are in a warm climate, you can zip this down. This is mesh, so you now have more airflow in your carrier. So any baby who's getting a little warm, this is a really great feature to have. That kind of just zips down there, and I mean, it looks so nice, right? Don't you just feel so pulled together? And I will tell you, there is nothing that makes me more happy than just seeing a parent that's happy, a happy baby out in their baby carrier, and they're just out living their life. You don't have to feel like you have to sit down for hours, just attend to baby. Like, you can put them in your carrier, Strollers are great as well, but Babywearing is such a great option to have, and I love by it. Okay, so let's see, gonna roll this up. This is the all seasons carrier. If it's a little bit cooler out, just get that right up, and baby is nice and snug. All right, again, lumbar support there. It's such a game changer. We also sell different lumbars. We have one with a bottle pocket on it, so you can put your baby's bottle in there, your water bottle, your phone, just really great features. All right, so I'm gonna take this off. So start by unclipping that chest clip. All right, I have my hand on my baby because now I'm holding the baby, not my carrier. And again, this is for babies 7 through 45 pounds. So you can also just start with this one. All right, take it to the hospital with you. You can wear a baby with their feet in. You can wear them with their feet out, and I'm going to show you how we do that. So I briefly mentioned the transitional seat with this carrier. So the transitional seat is really amazing because that's what allows us to have a really solid carrier that, again, will take you through from the newborn phase all the way through toddlerhood. For most people, this is like the one carrier that will take them throughout their baby wearing journey. For others, there are some who like to do big kid baby wearing. I'm an advocate for it. I do it. And so we do have other carriers that will grow with you. But the complete carrier is definitely, if you're looking for a one carrier to do it all, I definitely suggest that complete. It's kind of like, do I buy an infant car seat or just go for a convertible car seat, or go for a convertible car seat, right? So it's really your preference. So maybe you want the infant seat that goes with the stroller setup, or maybe you just want to go to that seat that's going to last them until they're 60 pounds. All right, let's see. I think I missed a... how old can your child be to wear? That is a personal preference. Oops. That is a personal preference. So your child can be, as old as you want. There are parents of special needs children who who carry their children in carriers until they're 9, 10 years old. So it's really a preference. Obviously, getting a carrier where you can work within the manufacturer's guidelines for weight is important. Okay, so we have, this is again 7 through 45 pounds. We have another carrier which is called the carry-on, which is for bigger kids 25 through 60 pounds. Okay, so that's going to take you a lot longer into your journey. Okay, so we're going to transition this seat from wide seat. Again, when you first get the Lula Baby Complete carrier, you pull it out of the carrier, it's in that wide seat setting. All right, so this is how we'll do this. Let me back up. So there are 2 flaps on the waistband. If you have a complete carrier, your carrier does this. So I hear people all the time, they see me doing, they're like, oh, my carrier doesn't do that. It does. If you have a little baby complete carrier, every carrier comes with an adjustable seat. Okay, so I'm going to unsnap there, unsnap here. I also need to take off my lumbar temporarily to do this. All right, so now I'm just going to slide those two flaps that I just unbuttoned off of my carrier, off of the waistband. Do the same on the other side. Now this is how we're gonna wear our newborn with their legs out. So I showed you their legs in that fetal carry, and now we're gonna wear them in what we call infant carry. All right, so now those two flaps that I just took off of the waistband, I am going to secure them on the inside. So on the mesh side of the carrier and snap there. So now I've gone from a wide seat to a narrow seat. How cool is that? All right, so we took off our lumbar, and so we're just gonna snap that back on. Again, you'll know which position to carry your baby in by trying. It doesn't hurt to try both, and your baby will let you know which one they love or they don't, okay? And also for you. Okay, so now this is a narrow seat, and I have my lumbar on. So I'm gonna do the same steps again. I'm going to start with securing my waistband. For this one, I'm going to actually go up even a little bit higher because my baby is not going to be seated on a pillow, giving them a little bit of height. The smaller your baby, the higher you can go with your waistband. As they get longer, they start to stretch, then you can move that waistband down towards your hips. Okay, so this is my seat here. This is my waistband, this is my seat. All right. So I want to sit my baby's bum right here on those buttons. Okay. Snap it up. I still have my headrest up from earlier, so we're going to snap that down. Okay, so now I'm going to secure my chest clip. Okay, so now my baby is in narrow seat. This is the infant forward carry. Not forward like outward carry, but forward on the front of my body, infant legs out. Okay, you can start at 7 pounds like this. You have options. You can do the fetal carry, you can do legs out. It's all preference. The top of the panel should not go higher than the middle of baby's ear. I tried this recently with my new baby, and it gave him red marks inside his knees. Is that normal? Okay, yes. Great question, Samantha. It's normal. It's like wearing a pair of socks. You may get compression marks on them, on your feet. They're gone within 20 minutes. As long as those marks are leaving within 15 to 20 minutes, you're totally fine. If you are not putting pants on your little one when they're in this position, then maybe try putting on pants. I used to actually use a little burp cloth, just a thin layer, right? To put right there to prevent any irritation from the buttons or whatever. But again, you can put pants on them. But if you do see marks, do not be alarmed. It's totally normal, okay? So really great question. All right, so I'm gonna do my final adjustments with my shoulder straps. For me, it's always easier to just pull from back here. You'll also notice that all of our straps have these little elastics on the end, and that is for you to wrap. That's for you to wrap and secure. I can't do it with my flexibility right now. I've heard you shouldn't use footy pajamas, attached feet when baby wearing. Why is that? Okay, so that was kind of like something, you know, that I heard a while ago, but it is okay to wear footed pajamas as long as you are sizing up. Okay, so if you put your baby in a carrier, naturally, you know, the fabric the material of what they're wearing is going to rise. So if you are wearing your baby, if they have footed pajamas on, so that's the feet that are attached to the one piece, make sure you're upsizing on that so that baby has room to wiggle their toes. Do a little test, pull on the fabric to make sure that they have space to wiggle their toes. It's only an issue if that jumper, that sleeper is maybe the exact size. You put baby in and now it's compressing their toes. Okay, that's not okay. We don't want that. But if baby has plenty of room to wiggle their toes and move their feet, then they're completely fine in those footed PJs. All right, so this is our newborn with their feet out. Again, always, making sure that your baby is close enough to kiss. If your baby is down too low, let's say the top of their head is about here, try raising your waistband, tighten it. All right, and raise them on up. I see this a lot of times on dads. They wear the baby down really low. I like for the baby to use your collarbone, the top of the head at the collarbone level as like a general guideline, okay? Making sure that that back has that nice C curve, making sure that those little knees are up. You can always push up on their little feet. You can do what we call a pelvic tuck or a pelvic tilt, and that is when you stick your hand between the carrier and your baby's bum under their thighs, rotating their little knees upward. All right, and when you have a carrier that is nice and supportive, like I'm wearing right now, it's going to help to keep baby's position. Now, babies squeam, they squirrel, they straighten out. So occasionally you may want to go in and just do that little pelvic tuck. Don't freak out and say, my baby doesn't stay in an M shape. No, just go ahead because babies do move. We know this, all right? So that's totally fine. So again, you guys, we're going to be doing this every month. If you have more questions, head on over to our Facebook group, the Little Baby Love group. You can also leave your comments here. Again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Aja, and I'm just so happy that I've been able to spend the last, 45 minutes with you guys. So looking forward to more. Shoot us your questions. And yeah, we're just looking forward to supporting you on your baby wearing journey. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.